Well, good afternoon and happy Saturday to you. This is Dr. Winfrey, and my apologies. You will not believe what just happened. I went through the entire broadcast, and man, oh man, was it a great broadcast. I really enjoyed it, only to discover that I had not had it on record. And so, my apology to you for that. Here we are, a whole half hour after the fact. Well, how in the world are you? When you think that you kind of got things right, you learn that you don't have it right. So, what do? You either you can trip out about it and fall out, or you say, if at first you don't succeed, you try it again. You go over it, you know? And so my apologies to you on that. And maybe had I looked more carefully, I would have seen that I was not recording. But I'm recording now, and I see that it is recording. So we're here. And how in this world are you? I hope that you are doing good. I hope that you're doing well, and that things are going well for you. We're here in South Holland, and we're getting a good portion of snow, and we have some wind. And even with that, I'm thankful. There's a roof over my head. I have some heat in the house, and water is still running. So, I am very thankful. And I say week after week, if there are things that you can change them. Be the first to change them. Change them quickly. If there are things you can't change, does it make sense for you to stay up all night? Does it make sense for you to worry, fret, and waste tears on something that you cannot change? Doesn't even make sense to keep talking about it. You can't change it. You have to come to terms with, I can't change this, and then move on. Move on, right? And if you do that, the better for you. Change what you can change, and that you cannot change, accept it and move on. You don't need to fall out with people because you can't change things or because things won't change in your favor. Don't blame others if you don't make accomplishments in life. Don't you know people who's just mad? They're angry. They're angry that they're not further in life than they think they should be. And listen, the time it's taken you to fret and be angry and just so out of sorts with yourself and others, you could be using that energy and that time to make those necessary changes in your life, to improve your life, and to make things better. People who complain and just constantly complaining and nagging, they don't get far in life. As a matter of fact, when people see those kinds coming, they take off. They say, "No, I'm out of here. I don't want the drama. I don't want to be bothered." And you can't blame a person. Sometimes they'll be courteous and they'll listen. They'll listen, but then if they see that there's a pattern going on, and that you're not trying to do anything to better your condition, you just simply want to keep talking about all the crazy stuff that's happening, then eventually they will find somewhere else to go, find something to do. They see you coming, they'll go in a different direction. Today, I want to talk about one word: thanks. Thanks. And I'm using that word thanks because that word makes room for more. You believe that? It does. Thanks. It makes room for more. Let me ask you, how do you feel when after you have done something for someone and you know that it was something good, it was something that helped, it helped their situation, it helped them, it was a blessing to them? How do you feel when after you've done it and the person is cognizant of the fact that you did this and they reply with the word thanks or thank you or I appreciate that? How does that make you feel? It has to give you a great feeling. I'm sure it makes you feel, really? Oh, no problem. And chances are, if you're like me, you immediately begin to think, what else can I do for this person? Because they have exercised some intelligence. They don't think that it's beneath them to say thanks. And and the fact that they said thanks, I know they appreciate it. Now, on the other hand, how does it make you feel when you've done the same thing for someone and the receiver of your benefits is too mean, too arrogant, too stubborn to even say thanks? No acknowledgement, not even a smile, just like, hmm. Or you've had the occasion where a person said thanks, but it was so meaningless and dry. Thanks. Oh man, it now of course that doesn't give you a good feeling, I'm sure. And I'm sure you're not looking for the next thing that you can do for them. As a matter of fact, that's probably something that gets stored on your hard drive. And you say, well, that person will not have to worry about me attempting to do anything else for them because they are so ungrateful. And not that you do things for a person to say thanks, but it's just a common courtesy, right? It's just the right thing to do when someone does something for you to say thanks. I think sometimes when I'm going into maybe some business or building and I'm holding the door and, and I make a quick decision. What do I want to do here? Am I going to hold the door and wait for this person to come in? Or am I going to pretend I don't know that there's anyone behind me in close proximity and just go on through the door and let them get the door themselves? Well, I've done it both ways. But most times I'll hold the door, not for a person to say thank you, not for them to pat me on the back, but it's just a common courtesy. Because what goes around in life, it comes around. Amen. Right? Yeah, it does. You get as well as you give. And so what you put out away from you eventually returns to you. And it returns with interest. It compounds moment by moment. So we want to be careful about what we put out, what we let go of, what we toss into the atmosphere. So I've had the times when I've held the door and looked at the person to let them know I'm holding this door for you. And I've actually seen some people slow down and drag. And I'm there thinking, oh man, I need to let this door go. That person is taking an unfair advantage of me. But what's insulting to that injury is when they have taken their time, I've held the door, and then they go through the door and don't so much as even acknowledge the fact that I was there holding the door for them. Well, I can tell you, it does not give me the best feeling. And but thankfully, that's not everyone. You know, that's only a few. So the word thanks, it speaks volumes. When you say thanks, I'm convinced that saying thanks, there ought to be some compassion in it. It ought to be some feeling in this thing, some passion when you say thanks. I'm not, oh, thank. No, no, no. I'm not talking about going, uh, in the outer limits here. I'm simply saying it should be fervent thanks. The expression on your face should say many times what your mouth don't have to say. Hmm. Have you been around and you've done something for someone and they like, they're saying thanks. And that gives you a great feeling. But not only does it give you a great feeling, for me, I'm looking for what can I do next that can make this person smile? How can I be a blessing to them? We're approaching two significant days for me this coming week. Well, the first is tomorrow, Sunday. I am, many of you know, and some of you may not know, that I'm celebrating 41 years of pastoring the Pioneer Missionary Baptist Church of South Holland, Illinois. I am so excited about that. This great celebration started on last Sunday. Dr. L.K. Curry was our speaker, did an outstanding job as usual, and he blessed us there at the Pioneer Church. That was the pre-anniversary. And then on tomorrow, we're going to continue the celebration in our 9 o'clock a.m. worship service. And tributes will be made, remarks will be given, and the like. We will have a fellowship meal afterwards between services. And then at 3 p.m., my home church, the Friendship Baptist Church of Chicago, Dr. Reginald E. Backus is going to be our speaker, and we're looking for a great, great time of worship and fellowship even then. And I want you to know that you are invited to come and celebrate with us as they are celebrating me for 41 years. 41 years. That's two score and one. That's 4 decades and one additional year. I am telling you, I am so thankful and I'm grateful to the Lord that He has spared me and has allowed me to be there with them. And the fact that once again they choose to celebrate their pastor. I want you to know, to them, I am thankful. And I say to Pioneer family, thanks. Thankful for our friends and onlookers, people who have supported me in this ministry. I started preaching in 1974, did my first sermon February the 10th, 1974. Can you believe it? Licensed and then later ordained. And years after that became pastor and have been pastoring Pioneer. And it's been such a great ride. It's been a great blessing. Lord has allowed me to touch the lives of so many people in various generations. And for that, I am thankful. I'm excited about tomorrow as I just anticipate what it's going to look like. And saying thanks, even with the snow, it won't stop those good people of Pioneer and friends from taking the time to come to celebrate with us. So I want to say thanks. I want to thank you, my audience, who tune in faithfully. Sometimes we had technical difficulty. Today wasn't a technical difficulty. Today was just one of those times when I saw where I needed to start streaming and recording, and I clicked on but it didn't change. And I didn't realize it didn't change until after I had gone through a complete broadcast. But, you know, the more things happen, the more things happen. But I'm able to get it right this time. And so I'm thankful. Thank you for your faithfulness. And thank you for those of you who take these inspirations and share them to your page. I'm grateful. Um, we're on Take No Thought on Facebook and on up under Pioneer MB Church of South Holland on Facebook. And then we're on YouTube as well. And all three of those medias will air not only my Saturday live um, inspirations, but we also have our Sunday worship service on there. And so, by the grace of God, our morning worship and our 3 p.m. worship will be aired live. And those of you who just cannot be with us in person, then by all means, find us online and share it with others. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful to the Lord for you. Thankful for the comments that you make. You let us know that what we're saying is a blessing to you and that it helps you. And every once in a great while, we will send you a love emoji or some other kind of emoji, or at other times we may just type out something, let you know how appreciative we are to you for tuning in and for sharing the Saturday afternoons and the Sundays with us. I am thankful for to the Lord for life, health, reasonable portion of my health and strength. I'm thankful to Him that He gives me a mind to put something positive on. I'm thankful for the many admirers that I have, but also I have many haters that I don't invest in. Unfortunately, for them, I just choose not to be down and out because someone is of the opinion that I may be thinking a different kind of thought. you know, um, Sorry, I don't buy into that. And we all have those who don't embrace us, those who do not celebrate us. But listen, you can lose a lot of sleep and energy, and you can fall behind on the things that you need to be accomplishing in life and for me in ministry if you're bothered by the naysayers and those who are not happy for you. Listen, if you want internal happiness, you need to have it within you. You got to have it. I'm thankful to the Lord that I have happiness and contentment within me so that I don't have to rely upon someone else pumping me up. I'm thankful for true friends, friends who talk with me, and who are not ashamed to talk with me, and who's not inferior, nor do they feel intimidated talking to and with me, speaking truth to me when they need to. I'm grateful for that, and for that I say thanks. I'm thankful for a tremendous and a very gracious wife who has loved me for now these 30 years and has been putting up with me and bothered with me and preparing meals and making the bed and washing the dishes and putting shingles up on the roof and taking the garbage out and mopping the street floors for me. And I'm just kidding, and she'll probably get me after this broadcast, but I'm so thankful to have the love of my one wife, and she has been a tremendous blessing to me, not only in this physical, but in the spiritual realm. She is a number one cheerleader for me and a great supporter of this ministry. And for that, I say thanks. Even on those days when she's not feeling her best, she still looks for ways to be a blessing to me. And I do take the time to tell her thanks. I'm thankful for the great pioneer family that I have who, over 40 years, have loved on me and have loved me and who have supported me. Those who have been quick to follow the instructions that we have given. And there have been times when I've been off. They didn't stop loving me. They continue to love me. And so for that, I'm thankful. And I say thanks. I'm thankful for this committee this year who has taken on the anniversary. And they said, we're going to do this. We want to do this for you. And they have been working um, to ensure that this 41st celebration will be a great, great celebration. And for that, I want you to know I am so thankful. I left the church today and they were preparing so that things will be as they ought to be. Well, I'm thankful for the membership at large, those who have cared for and prayed for and who have loved me. I'm grateful for family. I have sons and daughters who love me genuinely and who care for me, and they're not ashamed, they're not embarrassed to express their love and their gratitude. Those who say dad, those who say pops, papa, those who say daddy, however it's phrased. I am so grateful um, for the things they do. When I call, they come. If I send them, they'll go. And for that, I am thankful. I know that every good and every perfect gift comes from the Father above. I tell you, I'm thankful. But then finally, Thanksgiving Day is coming. And when is that? Well, Thanksgiving Day started for me the day I woke up. And each day that I wake up, it's another day of giving thanks. I am so grateful that I do not have to wait for a particular week in the month of November just to tell the Lord thank you. But I thank Him on a regular basis. I thank Him when I lay down at night. Lord, thanks for a great day. Thank Him when I wake up and I behold a brand new day. Lord, thank you. Thanks. Thanks for that. There are times when traveling, He gets me to my location safely and sound. So many horrible things are happening. People traveling, sometimes on foot, in their automobiles, on the bus, through public transportation. But He has allowed us and our moments to roll on. I'm telling you, I tell the Lord thanks. I'm thankful for you who take the time out and view us on YouTube and Facebook. You don't have to do that, but you do so. And many times you write comments. Thank you. I'm grateful in my heart. So I say, may the Lord bless you and may He keep you and cause His face to shine on you and be gracious unto you. May He lift the light of His countenance upon you and grant you peace. On tomorrow, we're going to be celebrating, and I'm anticipating a high time. I think I'm going to be like a kid in a candy store. I'm going to see what all I can enjoy and enjoy it all. And I'm looking forward to it with great anticipation and great expectation. I am looking for every member of Pioneer, every well-wisher, every friend to be in the place. Spread the word. We're going to celebrate on tomorrow. 41 years with Pioneer in ministry. What a blessing. We are not the greatest. We're not doing it all right. We don't know it all. There's a whole lot we don't know. There's a whole lot that we are not doing. But you know what? For us, we are who we are. We have what we have. We do what we do. And we say to the Lord, thanks. And I want you this week, as you go, don't forget to use that powerful word. It's a powerful word. It's a great word. It's a healing word. It's a methodical word. Thanks. Next time you go to the restaurant, slip something in the pocket of the bus boy, the bus girl. They work hard cleaning up behind us, cleaning tables. Take time out to give the hostess something. Say, here, I'm telling you, you do that. It will make them say, whoa, what happened here? You'll see a smile. You never know what they've had to endure. Next time you go to pay for your groceries in the store, give that cashier a little something. If nothing, say thanks. Thanks for standing all those hours and ringing up our groceries. Thank you for doing it with a smile. You know, it's not always about giving someone money, but it is an acknowledgement of services rendered. So go with the thanks in your heart, in your eyes, in your expression. And I'm here as I close to tell you that thanks makes room for more. Right? All righty. Listen, and I got through this without even preaching because really I wanted to tell you about 10 men who had leprosy and got kicked out of town because nobody wanted what they had. And they were out there in the wilderness going to die. I was going to tell you about this. But they ran into a friend of mine, one who came through 42 generations, died on a cross, saved me from my old wickedness, went back to heaven, and one day he's coming back to get me. But they ran into him, and he healed them and told them to go show themselves to the priest so that they can be readmitted into town. And don't you know, they went, and as they went, they were healed. And all 10 of them were so excited. I mean, they were just at the height of excitement. But one said, shoop, he put on brakes. And they said, what's wrong? Let's go. We're going to town. He said, not yet. He said, I've got to go back and acknowledge where my blessing came from. He said, we were healed as we were going. But we were out here because we were diseased. And we were not fit to live. And death was next on the agenda. That man healed my body. And they said, well, listen, he told us to go show ourselves to the priest. He said, okay, well, you all go ahead and do it. I'll show the priest me later. But before I see the priest, I'm going to see the king. I'm going to see the one who made my healing possible. And he went back and he said, Lord, thanks. And you know what the Lord said? He said, weren't there 10 of you? Where are the other 9? He said, are you the only one who comes back to say thank you? He said, yes, sir. He said, well, your thanks makes room for more. In addition now to your healing, I'm going to make you whole. I'm telling you, and I'm through with you, thanks makes room for more. Stop long enough to thank people for the things they do. Next time you get that Uber, say thank you and say it and mean it. Thank that teacher in school. Thanks, teacher, for putting up with a person like me. I know I can be something else. Thank you. Thank you for grading my papers. Thank you. Well, listen, that's it for me for today. I want you to have a good rest of the day. Have a great worship on tomorrow. And again, remember, you're welcome to join us tomorrow, 9 o'clock a.m. at the Pioneer, where did I say it is? Pioneer Missionary Baptist Church of South Holland, located at 315 East 161st Place, South Holland, Illinois. That's going to be at 9 a.m. And then we're going to have a fellowship meal in between. And then at 3 p.m., we're going to be in the culmination of that celebration for 41 years. Okay, until then, next time we meet, may the Lord take a liking to you and may He bless you real, real good. Dr. Winfrey saying, take care and I love you.